Center in Atlantic City, New Jersey, as we present an exciting night of World Championship Boxing. And it's all brought to you courtesy of Don King Productions in association with Bally's Park Place. At this time, we present the first of our featured attractions. It is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association, President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Bolivar Icaza, in conjunction with the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. The chairman is Jerry Gormley, Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr. Now introducing to you our judges scoring this bout from ringside: Deborah Barnes, Guillermo Perez, and Cesar Ramos. Introducing to you at this time a referee in charge of this bout. He'll be giving instructions after the introductions. Working in this his 99th world title bout, Tony Perez. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first on my left, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks with white trim. He weighed in at a ready 146 1/2 pounds. His record stands at 42 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws, with 33 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is tonight's challenger, the former WBO welterweight champion of the world, currently ranked the WBA #1 welterweight contender from Durango, Mexico, introducing Jose Luis Maestrito Lopez. And his opponent across the ring on my right is the defending world champion. Fighting out of the red corner, wearing dark blue trunks with white trim. He weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds even. His record includes 22 wins, 3 losses, with 18 big wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making the first defense of his title, fresh off of a spectacular knockout victory from Pittsburgh, California. Introducing the WBA welterweight champion of the world, known as the Mighty Quinn. Here is the hard-hitting James Page. Once again, a referee in charge, Tony Perez, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled.
1-on-1, 1-on-1 only. Okay, fellows, we went through the instructions in the dressing room. I caution again. We will go for the unified rules. That means no standing 8, no 3 lockdown rule, and not serving by the bell. All right? Now, no low blows. This is the borderline right here, okay? And any questions? Any questions? Shake hands. Good luck to both of you. Chocolate mami.
Final instructions from Tony Perez. James Page, his last 6 wins by KO. 15 of his 18 KOs in 3 rounds or less. 6 in the first. Began 98 with a TKO in just 35 seconds over an opponent named Bill Bradley, who did have 17 losses entering the fight. Final prayers from Jose Luis Lopez. Only 2 first-round knockouts, however. 24 of his 33 KOs in 4 rounds or less, off a 3rd-round TKO over an overmatched Ed Goins, including 3 knockdowns. Here we go. Round 1 scheduled for 12 for the WBA welterweight championship. Lou Duva trains Lopez in the black trunks with the white trim. Told us the plan is for Lopez to attack from the opening bell. They want Page coming in. That Lopez is sensational inside. He can exchange with anybody, has a great chin, knows how to avoid punches, as he did against Campos.
Lou says that he has been working on him more than bob and weave to get down, to keep him standing up. But I don't think you can change an old fighter like this. This guy, once he gets hits, goes back to fighting just as he always has. He's a tough Mexican fighter.
They really want to see what happens the first time Page hits Lopez and Lopez hits back.
He just threw a sharp hook which missed, did Lopez, but that's the kind of business he wants to get into, short, hard hooks.
Lopez said that the better chin and better punch will be the 2 biggest factors in this fight. He doesn't believe that Page can take his power.
Well, Page, like Lopez, does have power. He told us he's taking a more conservative approach, said he was tense in his last fight. Against Lopez, he says, I don't want to go out winging. I want to be relaxed, sharp, use the quick, snappy jab, then combinations after, use my speed as well as power.
Well, this will be a little bit of cat and mouse early, both being so dangerous, especially early when their guns are full. They're going to look at each other very carefully. Big chess match early.
Page very cocky with us yesterday. He said, if it goes more than 6 rounds, I'll be surprised. Willie Rush, the trainer of Page, told us he didn't feel Lopez's power was on a par with Page's. He said if Lopez comes in, that's good. We don't have to chase him. I look for James to knock him out early, said his trainer Willie Rush.
Right now, James is doing what he's got to. Using that long rangy jab, stuffing it, keeping Lopez at bay. That's where the fight is for him. And when he gets inside, to whip that hook in.
Oh, nice little left hand, followed by a right hand by Lopez. Right on the button. I don't know if it's a habit. Page keeps blinking his eyes.
I'll tell you what, Page is doing something real cute. He's throwing a sneak lead right hand and stuffing a jab right behind. It's been very effective so far.
We'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that eye situation.
Keeps blinking it. I'm not sure if that's just nervousness right now.
That left hook blocked by the well-schooled, thinking fighter, 9-year veteran Jose Luis Lopez precisely sets up his attack. Luduva called him the typical Mexican fighter who never quits.
2 good overhand rights by Lopez. Page did not react badly at all.
Page, a straight stand-up fighter with a rock-solid body. Watch out for that lethal left hook.
There it was, but it's high on the head. Did not hurt him.
Round 1 of the books.
Come on, man. You got to move out my way, man.
We'll follow James Page to the corner.
Oh. Come on, come on, come on, sit down, man.
Put your legs out, relax. Some water. I got the mouthpiece.
You got the mouthpiece? Take deep breath. You're looking good, James, but don't wait on him, though. Don't wait on him. You're looking good. And when you throw that jab right hand, when you back up, all you got to do is step right back in with the overhand right. Turn that right hand into a hook. You know what I'm saying? Turn that right hand into a hook.
Let him bob and weave. Understand? Let him bob and weave and get close with this guy. Okay?
They're saying to bob and weave and come in under the guy's punches, under Page's punches. Page's corner seems very satisfied, and in both places, they seem to have been satisfied with the first round. They both seem to think they did what they wanted out of the first round. I gave the edge slightly to Page. He was, as Bobby said, putting that left jab in there very, very good. Stuffing it and then following with the right.
Yeah, Page certainly establishing the jab in round 1. Let's see what transpires from this point on. Page says his offense is his best defense. He does have a tendency to drop his left hand. This could be a good spot to see just what kind of chin this kid has from Pittsburgh, California, just outside Oakland.
See, what you notice, Lopez sometimes just puts his hands up and draws Page into him, lets Page come in, because he's got to close the gap. Whether Page comes in and closes it for him or he makes the move, he's not doing as much bobbing and weaving a la Mike Tyson to get inside. He's just kind of like walking to Page, believing that his chin and his defense are going to work.
After that wild swing and a miss off the left hook by Page again, the heavy blinking.
And these wide shots that he's throwing, that Page is throwing, is leaving him wide open. And if Lopez was faster on his reflex, he can nail him really hard. Once these winging punches miss, then he's wide open.
Good left by James Page that connected to the face of Lopez.
Right now, it is my sincere belief that Page is clearly the better of the punchers.
There's a right hook by James Page and a straight left by Lopez. A countering left. There's that left hook.
Well, that was strong. That was a bomber.
And that backed Lopez up, and Lopez beginning to feel the heat now of James Page. Oh, a straight left hand right on the button by Page.
That's that lead right hand on the left behind. He does that 1-2 in reverse. It's very sneaky and very effective.
And that shows he does not respect the power of Jose Luis Lopez. When you throw that lead, you got to be ready to eat something in return.
Remember, this guy's a natural left-hander. He can go anyway.
Yeah, converted to southpaw, and he's got that great power on the left, and the blinking continues, but it's not hurting his punching.
Well, it must be a nervous twitch, because he's certainly doing very well this round.
Ooh, straight left by Lopez. Page walked right into it. It didn't seem to bother him.
No, he bent really kind of put him a little off balance. Nice stuff.
Now Lopez moving forward. Combination missing left. Oh, and a nice countering left by Page.
But Page got nailed. A very good left hand by Lopez. Very good left hand. And it did the reverse. It stopped blinking. I get the feeling Lopez has not opened up yet. I get the feeling he hasn't turned this thing into third gear and going yet.
You know, for big punchers, if you start missing big punches, as Page has got hit with a nice left uppercut, you start missing punches, they get tired more quickly. It takes more energy to throw them. Maybe Lopez is waiting.
And Lopez coming on towards the end of round 2.
Idea. Let's get this. Good. Good.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, that's it.
Jose.
Nothing.
You got it, right? Yeah. Jose, you got to snap the jab to the right hand right after that.
Okay.
Bing. Bing. Right away.
Pum, pum, cachetearlo con la izquierda y preparar la derecha.
3, 4, all right?
3, 4,
Okay. Early in the round, we watch as Page starts to work and starts to get his hook going. Now, what he wants to do is hit him hard with the left hook. Keep your eye on his left hand. See the hook there? Bang! I mean, it is winging. He's throwing it with all he's got, and he's missing most of them. But when he hits, it's a shot.
Okay.
Well, Lopez's MO over the years, he's smart, patient, tries to wear down his opponent, economical with his punches. And that is starting to take its course. Again, the heavy blinking by James Page as he comes out for round 3.
Page is coming out a little wild, but heavy-handed, big bombs.
A little swelling under the right eye of Lopez. A little swelling. A little redness.
Oh, a low blow there, but Tony Perez didn't see it. Page pressing the attack. A right hook to the head of Jose Luis Lopez. He had to feel the sting of that one.
That was a popper. That was a real sound punch.
Page is starting to get a little over-aggressive sometimes. He seems to feel he can do what he wants.
Or that he's in a hurry to get out of here.
And every once in a while, he opens himself up to a countering shot, but Lopez is not taking advantage. Again, combinations to the head by a very confident James Page. To the belly with a left uppercut by Page.
His left hand dangerously low. Page seems to be inviting trouble, but goes back to his guard once he gets close.
See, right here, Lopez is allowing Page to rest when Page wants to rest. He can't do that. He's got to force the issue, make Page get tired of throwing those big bombs. Press him, because he lets him rest and unload. Oh, my God, he's going to be in serious trouble.
Every once in a while, I notice Page opens himself up for a right hand. Let's see if Lopez can take advantage. That punch, the left hook blocked, but that's got to wear out the arms.
Luduva sitting next to him is a little exasperated, says, well, we're trying to get him to get started. He won't get started. So he's given away the first 2 rounds. He's fought it well enough, but he's certainly not carrying around, so he's got to get started.
This man dropped Ike Corte twice. Got a draw. Corte retaining the title.
See, when Page misses like that big swinging hook, Lopez is not making him pay. You have to make him pay every time he misses and make him earn what he gets.
Oh, right by Jose Luis Lopez. Picks up Page against the rope. Let's see how Page handles this situation.
He hurt Page with that right hand. You can see
an uppercut by Lopez. A right uppercut to the chin. Now a left. Down he goes. Page is startled by this flurry by Lopez, who comes right back at him.
I don't think Page is okay.
He's got 10 seconds to survive the round. 5 seconds. Can Page
the strength and the knowledge of how to finish a fighter. In Lopez's case, the experience took him right to the knockout, to the verge of the knockout. Had he been enough time, another 10 seconds, and this would have been over with. And this is what we predicted at the beginning when we said the other guy looked so lackadaisical. Let's listen to Page's corner.
You gotta move your head, bro.
Move your head.
Gotta move
All right, here's a replay of the damage as it's done. Now, there's a solid right hand. There it is. That's the one that really got him in trouble. Now comes a shower of uppercuts, rights, and lefts up to the... He gets on the ropes. He doesn't know how to tie up Lopez. He doesn't know how to get away from him. In comes the uppercuts, the hooks, every kind of shot.
There you see it, Bertie's that right hand over that left hand that was down. We talked about it. Lopez saw it. Page dropped it, and there was the right hand on the button.
Round 4. In round 3, Page down, 233 in with the overhand right at the end of the rain of punches by Jose Luis Lopez. Lopez goes right back to work. Now going to the body. Page just able to survive the last round and then wobbling to his corner.
He has to box smart now, get his feet on him, get his head clear, stuff that jab. That's it, stuff that jab. That's what he has to do.
Let's check the...
He doesn't look good, Bobby. He doesn't look good. He doesn't look sharp. He's in a haze. He's in a haze.
There's a nice punch there. Lead right in with that left again. He didn't wobble Lopez, but he got his attention.
He might be recovering, but I doubt it. What he's got in front of him is a guy that knows how to finish.
The folks at home had a 2-1 Page, but Jose Luis Lopez, huge here now in round 4.
We'll have it 2-1 in Page 2, but even on the score because of the extra point with a knockdown.
That's exactly right. That 10-8 round evens things up.
The lower lip of James Page is split.
Lopez should be a little bit more aggressive. He's just not pressing up the action. It's like he knows it's coming and he's not in a hurry.
Lopez just shoves him off.
See, Lopez still has to pay every time he comes in because Page is going to try and keep him off with bombs. Oh, that was very low.
That was a low blow.
And Lopez buckles, but Tony Perez doesn't do anything.
He didn't see it.
His back was to it.
That's the second time that's happened. This one, of course, was the worst of the two. Oh, that's too bad because Lopez should have had time to recover. But he marches on. Within a minute.
What's amazing is the recovery of Page. While he doesn't look sharp and he doesn't look fast, still he's fighting enough. And main thing is he isn't getting hammered.
He's winning the round right now because Lopez isn't doing enough.
And there's that left hook by James Page. Nice recovery by Page after being brutalized in the last round toward the end.
Right hand over the top. Seemed to wobble Page a little bit. He did a few funny things on his feet.
Boy, there's some kind of ebb and flow to this fight. Less than 20 seconds left in round 4. Now Lopez coming back. Oh, a vicious straight right hand by Lopez to the chin. A combination to the face by Lopez. Lopez coming on strong. A straight right by Lopez. He's got Page back up against the ropes and he pummels away. At the bell. And he hit him after the bell.
And that was a shower of punishment. And Page walked slowly back to the corner. Let me tell you, none of that is calculated to make him feel good. He goes back with hurt.
That might be one of the most hard, most difficult rounds in boxing to score.
Jay, you still will let him get your... You won't stick and jab and move.
That's all you got.
You just standing there, jabbing, you standing there. Use your left hand on the move.
Well, Bobby, as this punishment rained on him, I can tell you he took the round in my on my card because he inflicted such damage on him, and before that it had been a nothing round.
But in the first 2 minutes, Page clearly outboxed him, outbanged him, hit him at will. Lopez did almost nothing in the last 10, 15 seconds he lost.
Well, I don't think this is going to be one of the fights you have to worry about a decision, Bobby.
I agree with you. I'm going to call that one even round. No, I hate to score an even round.
To me, I go with Lopez on that one.
Page's legs were wobbly again as he walked back to his corner at the end of round 4. Let's see how things are as we go into round 5.
Duva trying to heat up the action in a corner. Told him, you got the guy. Why do you wait till the end of the round? Start off with the stuff. Start off.
That's part of the problem. You start off, you got to walk through some big punches from Page. He's wading through some heavy leather.
You know, I don't think he's got as much on his punch anymore, buddy.
There's a combination by Page.
Yeah, I think he's still got a little bit on there.
The zip that they had in the first 2 rounds.
Page coming back strong. Missed with a wild left. Punching shots by Page. He backs up Lopez, who squirms out of the corner. Lopez so wily, trying to avoid these punches, but he just can't.
Lopez can weather the storm. He's got a great chin, but I'll tell you what, nobody's going to take those all day.
Lopez has never been down. Lopez has never been down in his career. 47 fights. Page trying to do it. Page was down in the 3rd.
Well, Page is finally winding down. He did what he could.
Look at these shots by James Page. No answers from Lopez.
I'll tell you what, I still think Lopez, his mind is pretty clear. He has taken some punishment, though. You can only do that for so long before your body has to give out.
What heart by the Mexican, Jose Luis Lopez, standing in against these hard shots by James Page. Back comes Lopez. He missed with that combination.
Now he doesn't look. Now he's coming back.
Unbelievable. As Page lets up, allows Lopez to bounce back. Maybe Page punched himself out. Here comes Lopez.
That's one of the problems, one of the factors.
What a chin on Jose Luis Lopez. If he's got anything left after all of that, just when we thought Page was running out of gas, he came on with a huge spurt, and now he's back to being slow again. After that huge expenditure of energy, back comes Lopez.
Fearless. Jose Luis Lopez finishing the 5th round strong. And now Page is fatigued. But what punishment Lopez took, it's unbelievable that he has anything left. But look at him, he's throwing punches and hard punches.
That's what we talk about experience, and that's what we talk about Mexican fighters. Just when you think they're through, they get something out of their insides, and they keep coming back. It's so tough.
Conditioning is going to be an automatic factor in this one. There's just no way to absorb and give this much without having the fatigue factor set in.
Less than 10 seconds remaining in round 5 of this war.
What a tough fight this is. Back and forth. This round is classic. Back and forth, back and forth. And here comes Lopez. Wow, what a round.
He's ready to fall down. He's ready to fall down, Jose. Jose, he's ready to fall down. You got to punch. Tienes que tirarle con fuerza, Joe. Ya está listo para irse para abajo.
This is early in the round when all of a sudden, when he looked like he had nothing left, in comes Page, and he's got dynamite in his fist, and he's hammering away. Lopez trying to avoid most of those punches, but boy, he does get hammered several times. What a jaw.
Same sequence for a close-up. You see Page is starting to miss a lot of those, so that's going to, again, factor in the fatigue factor. He's getting tired with those big bombs. He cannot miss those.
Hey, this is like the football game I saw. The University of Miami beats UCLA in a fight, and now we come to a fight, it's the same thing. You punch, I punch, you punch, I punch. Wow, what a fight.
Rock'em sock'em robots here. Round 6. Page came out impressively in the first minute and a half of round 5. But did he lose any power from the knockdown back in late round 3? Who knows if Page hadn't been knocked down, what power he would have had on those punches.
The question is, why was Lopez waiting? Why did he take that shellacking? Because he never even punched back. And when he had the other guy in trouble, all he needed to do was step on the gas a little bit.
I'll tell you what, we're willing to venture a guess right now that if Lopez actually punched as good as Page, that Lopez would knock Page out. Page a great puncher. Chin's not suspect per se, but the power that Lopez is displaying, he doesn't seem to be the same, and it's still hurting Lopez.
Lopez, only 25. He turned pro at age 15 back in 1989. Oh, what a whack. An overhand right, a right cross sort of by James Page that nailed Lopez on the left jaw.
Landed right on the jaw, and it didn't do anything to him.
Lopez
landed right there. right where you want it.
There's a right by Page that clipped Lopez again along the left ear.
Lopez can't win the fight backing up. That's just not going to happen. He doesn't have the reach or the range and guns for it. Just doesn't have it.
Two very offensive-minded fighters. This fight just going back and forth. Tremendous action. That's a nice left jab there by James Page, looking to set up the right.
Page seems to have something at the beginning of every round, and then he starts to wind down, and that's when Lopez gets brave.
Ooh, a combination of the head. For a second, it looked like Page was going down, but
I think Lopez's punches are hurting Page, whereas Page is not hurting Lopez. I mean, you get a combination, all of a sudden you get that funny look in Page's face. He straightens up. He gets hurt. He feels it. Look at that shot.
Well, Page was on the canvas, so to speak. Love touched the canvas, 2:33 into round 3. Lopez refused to go down for the first time in his career in the next one.
That right hand followed by the straight left jab has been working all night long. Somebody in Lopez's corner has to make an adjustment for him.
What are they looking at? It must be slippery. Must be slippery there where the paint is.
This is perhaps the first lull in the fight with 30 seconds remaining in round 6.
Well, they deserve it. They deserve a break. I'll say that for them.
And back comes Page. Tough shots to the body, but pretty much blocked by Lopez. Look at this exchange. Oh, a straight right hand by Page.
Page is having so much success finding Lopez's head that he's left the body completely alone, except for a couple of low blows. Not really working the body. And
Here comes Lopez with a left hook to the head. And that blocked Page.
a little too late, Steve.
Look at the way he walks back to his corner, herky-jerky.
Come on.
This guy always nails him at the end of the round.
Tell him what I'm saying.
Hey, your mouthpiece, come on.
You can't drop that left, son.
Well, 1999 kicks off with Mike Tyson on pay-per-view. Saturday, January 16th, Showtime Event Television presents the return of Mike Tyson, the former undisputed heavyweight champ of the world, and the most controversial fighter in boxing will be entering the ring for the first time in 18 months to face former IBF heavyweight champion Francois Botha. The return of Mike Tyson on pay-per-view Saturday, January 16th, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas.
You don't lay there for him to throw something back. That's how he catches you when you laying there. You understand? You lay there. Come on, we can't do that. Come on now, we gotta get out of here. Come on. Be busy and know what you're doing.
James Page in his first title defense is finding Jose Luis Lopez a much tougher opponent than Andre Puskraev. Knocked out in round 2.
Page starts almost every round the same way. Comes straight to the middle of the ring, right hand followed by straight left.
Your unofficial scores at the halfway mark.
I have it 4-1 and 1 even.
Here's how the fans see it as we hear from Ferdy.
I have it 57-56. I keep it by points, not by rounds.
As you saw, Page up 4-2 on the online.
4-2 is what that figure is.
So here we go, round 7. In a terrific battle. James Page, the champion in the all-black trunks. The challenger, #1 contender, Jose Luis Lopez, in the black with the white trim.
I wonder what's going through Page's mind. Remember how confidently he told us he'd be surprised if this goes past 6.
Well,
I bet you're surprised. He can't worry about it.
Look out.
Now that's a slippery part of the paint. You know, they paint these canvases, and when they get wet, it gets to be slidey.
Go to his corner. Go to his corner.
And you know what? They should stop doing that.
Well, they should stop
Somebody
painting the
Come
thing
on,
because
come on.
the kind of paint they use just makes it slippery. I mean, I've seen that for year after year after year.
You saw the stumble by James Page, and it was not from a punch, it was from that sign.
It's a combination too, Steve. When they put water down Page's pants, he gets up and boxes, it's dripping out, making that paint extra slippery.
But that paint doesn't need to be there, Bobby. It's a method of income, and that's about all it is. It has nothing to do with boxing. Nobody can see it from but the television people.
All right, here we go. We resume with 1.5 minutes remaining in round 7. Kidney shot there by James Page. Those things add up. Beautiful combination to the face by Page. That was not blocked by Lopez.
Only what kind of caution is in Page's mind almost every round. He gets in trouble a little bit one way or another. I mean, every time he feels these punches. I wonder how he's...
But you're right, Lopez's punches are having more effect on Page than vice versa.
If he was punching as much as Page is punching, this fight had been over. But this guy waits so long to get started punching.
By Page setting up now, being conservative. Lopez is his hands down a bit. Usually keeps that guard up. Doesn't have many floors. A nice right hand, straight right by Page for the head.
Page is using some nice feinting, nice movement, getting Lopez to pick his hands up and then firing.
That was close. That was close. A little bit closer than that, and down goes Page.
He's been down once, 2:33 into round 3, survived the final seconds, but was very wobbly.
His corner pleading with him for action, pleading with him. When he punches, he can do something, but he won't punch. Therefore, he's losing these rounds, and therefore, there goes any chance to win the title.
Lopez, former WBO welterweight champ, 42-3-2 with 33 knockouts. His second try at the WBA welterweight title. Coming up next, our main event, Konadu versus Tapia. As we go behind the scenes into the dressing room with the challenger, Johnny Tapia, who, like the champion, making his Atlantic City debut tonight, fighting mostly out of his hometown, Albuquerque or Las Vegas. He's 44-0-2, unbeaten, 24 knockouts, moving up to 118 for the first time in a title fight. Very engaging. Just enjoys himself. Terrific boxer, brimming with confidence, approaches the game with such emotion. But tonight, his biggest challenge against the African Nana Konadu for the WBA Bantamweight Championship, as he works there with a guy who is a ferocious fighter, Freddie Roach.
And I'd like to take a minute here to comment as the fight's about to start on the passing of Chris Dundee, four-time champions he had. He was also promoter of great legendary fame and responsible for bringing Bobby Ches to my attention and putting him on NBC, Bobby.
He's a good man. We trained down in Miami Beach with him and Bo Jack.
A brother of Angelo Dundee, a legendary figure.
I know you always speak glowingly of Chris Dundee, and he'll be missed. All right, round 8.
Nice right hand and left hook to start for Lopez. Lopez needs to get inside that reach, work to the body hard.
That is not a knockdown. Again, a slip on the logo.
Lopez is not staying inside that big rangy punching and power that Page has. He stays on the end of those punches. He can't win the fight. He's got to get inside and try working the body, rip the uppercuts up, come upstairs. To chin on Page doesn't seem to be as good as is Lopez.
The questions are, is Lopez doing what he needs to do to take the title away from Page? Bobby's keys to victory included get inside Page's reach, work hard to the body, and uppercuts on the inside.
We are now going to see what happens in the final championship corridor, because Lopez has been there a lot, and never has Page been pressed like he's going to be pressed at the end here. So
see that right hand,
the real stuff.
Picture perfect right hand by Page. Lopez looked at him, shook it off, and said, "Nah, it didn't hurt me." If Page ever had to hit himself, it would be a terrible night for him.
Page has never been past the 10th round. Now the lecturing by Tony Perez. Minute and a half remaining in round 8. Page with knockouts in 6 of his last 7 fights. He's trying to unload that devastating left hook. There was a half left hook, half cross by Page.
See, Page is staying on the outside now. He's using that jab from the outside. He's boxing smart.
Page is looking good boxing from that. He's also doing what cornermen love to say: you first, you first, you pop first. While you're popping, the other guy's not, and that's what he's doing.
Usually there's no saying he who gets there first gets there best.
And Page continues to get off first. Every time. What is Lopez waiting for?
Lopez watches the punches go by, but he doesn't come back with anything.
Well, you know what? In all due fairness, Lopez is on the receiving end of some heavy heavy leather, gentlemen. That will make you hesitate all day long.
Even though he's only 25, as we've mentioned, he's been in a lot of wars. Could they be taking their toll?
Absolutely. Absolutely, when you get that many wars. But he's 25. And the other thing is he's from south of the border. Those guys have their own time clock in their body. Those are tough men.
Again, Ferdinand Bobby Lopez has never been knocked off his feet. It almost happened in the fourth round. Little staring contest there at the end of the round.
Jose, let me tell you something. Yeah, listen what I say. Renee, tell him what I'm saying. You're losing the fight. You want to win the fight? This guy's ready for what's I'm tirando. They're throwing water from here. That's what he's throwing.
76-year young Lou Duva, very blunt in the face of Jose Luis Lopez.
You can win the fight. This guy can't stand up, but you're letting him get away with it. You got to punch. Understand?
Está cansado ya.
You got to
Tienes que
punch.
tirarle golpes fuertes rápido. No te esperes.
el guante, Jorge.
No te esperes.
Vamos, Luisito. Un esfuerzo grande es el 9. Es el 9, Luisito. Un esfuerzo grande, vamos.
God damn it.
Well, it's now getting away from it's 77 to 74 my card. That's 3 points. And if he's going to get started, now's the time. This is the round he's got to take one.
Lou Duva, who has trained 18 world champions with the simple instructions, you've got to punch. Page is doing all the punching. There's a combination to the face of Lopez. Lopez has to wake up.
He's got to let it hang out at some point in time. Here between 12, he's got to let it all hang loose and just maybe take a few wild swings.
Here he comes, but he doesn't follow it up.
That's right. Here he comes, but doesn't follow it up. That's the description that fits this fight so far. Here he comes, but he doesn't follow it up.
It was just like in the Corte fight. While he did floor Corte twice, he just wasn't abundant enough with the punches. Corte, the heavily... Oh, he slips again for the 3rd time. This one, the worst slip of the night by Page across that logo. Oh, they're calling that a knockdown. That's absurd. I didn't see a punch, did you?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Be the 2nd knockdown against Page in the fight, and that wasn't a knockdown.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't think anybody was watching the fight would call that a knockdown, fellas.
That was bizarre. Tony Perez called that an official knockdown, and it didn't.
Page may get out of his game now, thinking that he lost 2 points.
Now, Bobby, now all he's got to do is take the rest of this round, and he's got himself a 2-point round, and he's back in the fight. All he's got to do is take the rest of this round.
That was a knockdown by Budweiser, not by Jose Luis Lopez.
The 2 points are not a mandatory deduction, even though a lot of people like to do that, especially if this is an even round all the way through. 4 pages ahead, even if some of the judges missed it, that was a clear slip. It just was a slip.
Well, referee,
that wasn't.
Here comes Lopez. Lopez with a flurry. Backing Page up. Page comes back. Page now setting things up with the jab combination. Left hook. The whole repertoire. The crowd urging Lopez on.
Lopez has got him a little wobbly again. Page walked into a right hand.
Page is now wobbling.
Page is not in good shape.
30 seconds left in round 9. Lopez's punches were stinging.
Page getting his strength from.
Oh, Lopez just missed with a left uppercut.
Boy, that's what youth will do for you. Where is Page getting his strength? Just when it looks like he's about to get knocked out, he comes out with something.
And back comes Page. Shots to the neck.
Page is desperate right now. This is strictly a two-way battle. One man's chin and one man's power. It's just too much.
Whoa, strange round.
All right, let's take a real close look at this fall. All right, let's take a look. Well, we saw it too soon. That was too soon. We just really didn't get a look. They looked like they were squaring off, and he slipped down. Let's look again. Now, that was a right hand. This is the end of the round.
This is the end of the round. Page is in trouble.
This is where I gave him a 10-8 round because he went down. I'm sorry. That's it. 10-8 with that.
Wait a minute, you gave Lopez a 10-8 round.
I gave him the 10-8 round because the referee, see,
and he got the punch off Page.
Page got off 2 punches, and there was a slight jab by Lopez, but that, I'll tell you what, the referee was in the right position. Tony just made a mistake.
Doesn't warrant it. Knocked him.
Mr. Perez just made a goof.
At the 52-second mark of round 9, Perez called it a knockdown. It was a clear slip on a wet
for
ring.
the rest of the fight, there was touch and go, so I gave it the 10-8, made it 85-84. But let me tell you, Bobby's right. It's all up in the air. Depends on how the judges look at it.
I gave the round to Lopez, but not by 2 points.
And you hear the crowd booing. And they have a right to boo. Round 10. Things getting awfully interesting here.
And I wonder what position the judges would take if they see a referee call a knockdown on something as clearly as slip. Would they credit a fighter even though they knew it was a mistake?
Let's check the online. Page up 6-3.
That's when I've got 6-3, but the mathematics comes out 85-84.
Page has been to the 10th round only 3 times in 24 fights.
Now Page beginning to eat the jab, which he has never done yet. I mean, because the other guy's never been throwing jabs. Now he's throwing jabs. Looking like the right hand is going to come at any moment. Just as sure as the sun comes up, that right hand is going to come flinging after a left jab.
Page just glanced down looking at that beer logo and trying to sidestep it. So on top of the fact he's got Lopez in his face, he's trying to stay out of the way of the...
He's a little wobbly, Steve. You got him with a good right there.
Here comes Lopez. Lopez with a flurry right above us. Lopez all over the place now, all over the body of Page. And Page feeling the effects.
Page is still dangerous, and that's what Lopez is worried about.
Page looks a little slowed. Here's that straight stiff left jab by Lopez.
There's no question there's a hunter and there's a honey in here, and a hunter is Lopez.
And Page is being stalked. Page answers back with a straight left.
But Lopez isn't doing enough right now. He's letting Page off the hook.
What a left by Page. Great heart on the part of both fighters with a minute remaining in round 10. Oh, beautiful combination by Page.
Phenomenal right hand, and Lopez just shook it off and came back. What a chin he's got.
He blocked the left, but the right went through, and Lopez withstands the pressure.
He has spent this whole round with that right hand cocked and hasn't thrown it. One wonders why. What does he throw that right hand? What's the matter with him?
Oh, there's another slip for the 4th time, and it's not a knockdown.
Page has been doing a lot of switching back and forth, jumping in from the southpaw stance, cocking that left hand, using it from both sides. Been very effective in Oakland.
Let me tell you something. If they don't do something about this based on what's happening here, there's something wrong. They've got, I know there are a lot of problems in boxing, but this is one thing they can correct. Get rid of those logos.
Yeah, he came over here. Tony came over here to warn Lou Duva about the water. Lou says, what about the other guy? You think it's just one guy with water? Both guys got water pouring out of them.
Okay. I'm not against
the paint.
I'm not against free enterprise, but rearrange it in another way somehow.
Yeah.
Put it somewhere else. Because this is very detrimental and dangerous to the fighters, obviously.
No, wait, Lou, wait.
What happened?
No, it's the end of the round.
Oh, the bell rang. Okay.
Well, that's the way you can get disqualified if you're not sure.
Look out now.
Somebody's throwing what?
Throwing things. Throwing things.
Piece of gum?
It's a peanut.
Come on.
I'm just worried about the bottles, fellas. The bottles will bother me. The gum won't bother me too
Win
much.
this fight, Jay, but you won't use that jab. You got to use the jab. And don't go around. Don't stand there waiting on water. Don't stand there waiting on him. Don't wait on him, Jay.
Spit it out. Beef first. Beef first.
Don't wait on him. We got to put some more water in there. Okay, come on.
Don't get killed.
Don't wait on him, Jay.
You know, there was no fighting during the final 32 seconds of that last round. It looked like something was fishy.
Tony Perez forgot to call timeout to the timekeeper, so the timekeeper kept the time running.
That's another error. That's another error for Tony. Tony's a very good referee to be doing things like this. He missed a terrific low blow, which doubled up Lopez, and then he called a knockdown. There's a knockdown. Now he let 30 seconds go off the clock. What's happening?
All right, the championship rounds is round 11 in a strange, bizarre fight.
And boy, does he need this. Does Lopez need this to win this fight? Oh, again.
He hurt him with a left hook inside. That was not a slip, fellas. That was a little light in the knees.
No, Page was definitely rocked. He did slip afterwards, but he was rocked.
Don't know why Lopez didn't jump on that. He had to see it.
And that's been the case throughout the evening. He has not followed up.
He is fighting like he's fighting like his feet are in guacamole or something. I've never seen a guy have the other opponent drop so much and not rush in to finish.
But Page showing a very solid chin. He slips with the right foot in the very same place he slipped 4 previous times.
Yes, but there was no response from Lopez when he had him right there. I mean, his hands are not fast. He is methodical, and he is trying to load up on everything. And maybe that's why he's not fast. He's trying to load up on everything.
Page's power has saved him immeasurably tonight, gentlemen. His power has been the key. Lopez would have hurt him so often.
Again,
well, he's always said his offense is his defense as Page ventures into uncharted territory. Round 11 for the first time in his career. Now he bounces around a little.
Still water dripping off Lopez, so I can see why the referee said something to the corner. Now he slipped in that same spot.
The water off the trunks of both fighters cascading onto the advertisements on the ring.
Tough fight to score, fellas, because Lopez is getting this guy in trouble, but Page is fighting his way out of every round. Every round. Boy, Page is going to earn this. If he walks away with his title, he will certainly learn a lesson. Don't wait for a guy to get knocked out in 6. He may go 12.
Bloody lower lip, James Page. That's been there most of the fight. A split lip, a wild swing and a miss with the left, and they almost went down.
And I don't know why Lopez doesn't run after him. Charge. He's got a man off balance.
He probably...
You have to, no matter what, you just have to take a shot at that opportunity.
Little or no gas left in the tank. For Lopez, only guess.
Page.
All right, let's check the water difficulty. We've been talking about it all night. There it is. What a mess. Water from the trunks dripping all over that thing.
What I'd like to know also, Bobby, is what kind of shoes these guys got. They got rubber there. You really got skates on. If they got leather, you can scratch it with your scissor. You can rough it up with your scissor, and you don't get that. But if they don't have leather and they got rubber underneath, boy, it's nothing but roller skates what you got on. I mean, in the old days, you had these regular shoes. They look like rubber to me. See. You had these regular shoes where you could do that. Let's listen.
Take it easy, James. Take it easy. Don't spit nothing else out, all right? This guy's spit stuff all over us for what? He's going to be charging. Last round now. Don't give it up.
Well, here we go. Round 12. The 12th and final round in a wild fight for the WBA welterweight championship. James Page in his first title defense on the left of your screen against the veteran Jose Luis Lopez, the #1 contender.
And if he fights for a long time, he isn't going to have any harder fight than this to keep his title.
Oh, there's a left hook. That great left hook by James Page. What a chin by Lopez.
Page just has so much power that it's taken Lopez out of his game completely. He has to worry about such big bombs.
Page wants to end it with a knockout.
But he's in trouble. He's the only one that gets in trouble. He can't risk blow. I mean, he's ahead of this fight. All he has to do now is win this round.
And here comes Page slipping and punching as he slips his ice all over the place in the ring.
That was a incredible right hand that Lopez just took, and he took it like it was nothing.
Incredible. Amazing courage by Jose Luis Lopez. Page has to be so frustrated. He says, why doesn't this guy go down?
And Lopez's corner is hollering, why doesn't he punch? why in the world does he stay there after 2 or 3 punch combinations? Your turn. You punch.
Look at this.
That's what he should be doing, punching with a puncher.
He hurt Lopez there with that left hook.
Left hook by Page. But Lopez refuses to go.
Wow, has this guy got concrete in his head or what? I mean, that's some kind of Aztec statue we got there.
Reminiscent of vintage Julio Cesar Chavez.
What punches he's taking?
Now a body shot left hook by Page. Lopez doesn't flinch, but Lopez running out of time, 1:10.
He's running out of time, he's running out of gas.
Well, he's got a minute to do something or else his valiant effort will be for naught.
Brilliant left hook by James Page, and it did nothing.
My trainer, Tommy Parks, has always told me, Bobby, if after the 12th round you have 1 ounce left, and you left it in the ring. You should have left it in the ring. Should not have 1 ounce left.
Let's see if Lopez has anything left in the final 44 seconds. No knockdown, again a slip. That's the 5th or 6th time that's happened to Page.
That's shameful. I hope that doesn't happen in the Tapia fight.
They're going to have to get a Zamboni between fights.
Well, hey, listen. This fight is so exciting that next fight's going to have to be
Something else, all the punishment that Lopez took, it's probably taking something out of his energy box. His steam has been considerably lessened because of everything he's had to absorb.
They should have had this fight at Rockefeller Center. 8 seconds to go. Page hot dogging a little as the bell is about to sound. There it is. I think put it in the books for James Page.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think Page wins this one.
We're not in Las Vegas anymore. We've seen some bizarre scoring out there. We'll see how it goes here. It's in the hands of Deborah Barnes of Homedale, New Jersey, Guillermo Perez of Panama City, Panama, and Cesar Ramos of Bayamon, Puerto Rico.
Well, I've got it 115 to 111, and that's a pretty big margin for a fight this tough and this hard.
But a very entertaining fight, without question. A lot of ebb and flow in the early and middle rounds, and then Lopez ran out of gas.
I don't think he ran out of gas as much as what Bobby said. He was getting some bombs, and those bombs take it out of you.
They put a lot of abuse, a lot of wear and tear. He aged a couple years in this fight.
Combination.
Yeah, his wear and tear is definitely heightened by this fight. But young Mr. Page learned a lesson.
He earned his money tonight, too.
He earned a lesson. They aren't any of them easy until it's over. This guy made him earn his living.
The question is, how would one of these guys do against De La Hoya or Trinidad? Oscar said he doesn't want to get in there with Lopez, and I can see why after this. What heart, what guts, what a chin.
Well, they said De La Hoya doesn't want to fight him at all. I don't see why not.
I don't think
this kid beat him. De La Hoya
Page either.
Huh?
I don't think De La Hoya would be too ready to fight Page either.
No. But I see no reason why he wouldn't fight Lopez. I mean, Lopez is beatable, as this kid just showed. He's tough. He's durable.
Well, Trinidad's in the crowd here tonight, the IBF welterweight champ. Love to see that fight between one of these guys.
All right. Let's take a look at round 3. Let's see what that round. That was the legitimate knockdown. This was a legitimate. That's the right hand, a hook, uppercut underneath, another right hand that landed, another hook, another right hand that landed, and finally, it starts to wear out. Young Mr. Page. Page about to go down. Beautiful uppercut. Inside uppercut does a lot of damage. In come the hooks. Another right hand. Another hook. Right, left. Another right hand while he's down. Guy's down and he got hit, but he was down.
Yeah, that was almost similar to what Roy Jones Jr. did. And this overhand right, we talked about it. That left hand, Page has to tighten up the defense, and that right hand got him in trouble. And here he didn't, as a lack of experience, maybe he didn't know how to get out of it, hold or tie up. He tries to hold here a little bit, but what he does is open himself up to the big right uppercut from Lopez. Lopez keeps using a good feeler with the jab, hook on the inside, and there. Well, you know, he was sitting on the rope and nothing was touching the ground. That's actually a legal shot.
Well, the knockdown came 2:33 into round 3, and Page survived it. And we are just about set for the decision, so let's go up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I read the score totals, we've all seen an outstanding 12 rounds of action. No matter who the winner is, they both deserve a round of applause. James Page and Jose Luis Lopez. Well, fans, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Guillermo Perez scores the bout 115 to 112. Judge Cesar Ramos scores about 115 to 111. Deborah Barnes scores about 116 to 111. All three in favor of the winner. And still the WBA welterweight champion of the world, the mighty Quinn James Page.
So James Page proves he is for real and a genuine force in the welterweight division. Got to admit, even after his one-punch knockout of Pestraev in October, there was still some doubt. But now, after disposing of former WBO welterweight champ Jose Luis Lopez, a high-quality contender, that doubt is erased. Page, in his first defense, retains the title, now 23-3 on his career. And coming up next for the new convention center in Atlantic City, main event, Konadu Tapia, the WBA Bantamweight Championship. Nana Konadu against the unbeaten Johnny Tapia. We take you backstage into the dressing room of the champion. Konadu, following a successful amateur career, which included the Ghana national title, won 6 of his first 7 pro fights by knockout. That only led to early frustration. Nobody wanted to fight him. Decided to quit boxing. His mother, of all people, convinced him to continue as he's serenaded by the Ashanti warriors from his native Ghana. And tonight he puts his WBA Bantamweight title on the line against unbeaten Johnny Tapia. That should be another good one. We are set now for post-fight reaction from our first bout, so let's swing it up to Jim Gray in the ring. Jim?
All right, thank you very much, Steve. James, congratulations on your fight.
Love you, baby.
Hey, James,
I love you.
You had told us yesterday that if this went longer than 6 rounds, you would be very, very surprised. Are you surprised of the performance of Jose?
Yes, I was surprised, but once I hit him with a couple of shots, I felt how strong he was. Somebody told me he had put on 25 pounds, so I figured he was 170 pounds. And when I came into the fight, I was only 153 pounds. I was only putting on like 6 pounds. So when I would hit him, usually I hit guys with those shots and they at least wobble. He would bud, so I knew he was strong. And I stepped back and I said, man, he's going to be tough. So I'm going to have to box and use my jab. They kept putting water on the floor, so I just kept back.
Before we get to the water, let's go to the 3rd round. He knocked you down the first time you've been down in your career on a clean shot. How scared and how frightened were you that that could be the end? Because he had you on the ropes going pretty good.
It wasn't a knockdown with Jim. It was a straight slip. There was water on the floor. I slipped and I was throwing punches at the same time. But he's a strong fighter. He's a good fighter. He fought Corte to a draw. I beat him. So that's
You're talking about the 9th round. I'm talking about the 3rd round.
Did I go down?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember. I don't even remember. That's how much into the fight I was in. Did I go down?
Good enough fight. You're allowed not to remember. Let's talk to you about the slip. It seemed like you were slipping quite a bit. Was it all the water that he was using, or was it the paint here on the Budweiser sign? What was it?
A lot of water on the Budweiser line, and I just kept trying to use the jab, keep my legs up under me. That's the way I fight. There was a lot of water on the canvas, but I won the fight. I'm happy. He's a tough fighter. I showed that I'm tough. I could box. I had a good jab. I got power. I got the heart. And any other welterweights out there, I'm going to fight to the end.
Let me ask you, you seem to be blinking quite a bit in the early going. Was there something in your right eye?
No, there was nothing in my eye. I just had to stay focused. Just stay focused at all times. Just stay focused, keep watching him, keep the jab going. When I can get the right off, catch him, and that's what I did, and I won the fight.
What next now, Don and James? What next?
I don't know. I would love for a unification fight. There hasn't been a unification fight in a while. I would love to fight Corte, Trinidad, De La Hoya. Don said after I beat Lopez, the world is mine, so we're going to see if he can give me.
All right, Don, what's it going to be?
Well, he's going to fight each and every one of them. We got Trinidad sitting in the wings. Trinidad would love to fight. They got to all prove themselves. Now we got another super spectacular welterweight on the scene, and we got Tito Trinidad back in the fold.
And we'll have more from you in a little bit at the end of the show, but let's get Jose here. Jose just left the ring.
Look at him.
He got a little bit upset that they had to wait about. Put on a great fight.
Don't worry about it.
Go ahead, finish up your thought then, Don.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We don't wait on nobody. What we're going to do is to bring the best in boxing. We're going to continue to do what we have to do. And welterweight division is wide open now with Ike Corte, De La Hoya, Felix Trinidad, and James Page, the sensational James Page.
Let's bring in Tony Perez and just ask him, all the slipping that was going on out here, Tony, tonight, you called a knockdown in the 9th round on the slip. We'll take a look on the monitor right here. Tell us what you were thinking, and did you make a mistake here?
He touched him with the jab right there. Touched him with the jab, and then he slipped.
So you don't think it was the slip into the jab?
This was one close one.
We'll take another look here, Tony. There he starts to slip, and he's hit.
It's a flash knockdown, so I got to call it. Even if he slipped, he touched him in the jaw when he was going down.
Was there too much water being used tonight by Lopez?
By the Canelo Lopez. They take a block of water, and they were throwing in top of him.
And finally, in the 10th round, did you lose track of the time a little bit because of the water?
No,
it seems as though they didn't fight for 30 seconds.
I called time, tried to drive this in, and when I told him to go fight, he's telling me the round was over.
Tony, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Steve, congratulations to you. James, Don, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Let's send it back to Steve Albert.
Showtime! All right, Jim, thank you very much. In that controversial 9th round, 2 of the 3 judges had it 10-8 for Jose Luis Lopez, Guillermo Perez, and Cesar Ramos. The other judge, Deborah Barnes, had it 10-9 for Lopez. Here's how the online scoring results went. The folks viewing at home had Page winning it convincingly,